Welcome to F1 Flaming Tarmac, episode 84. We are back. Formula One is back this weekend, and it's one of the good ones. The Brazilian Grand Prix, or I'd say Brazil Grand Prix. We're going to talk about it for a moment, and I'm going to bring in my co-cues. My partner in crime, Mr. Toto. Abba. Big up to Toto Hammer. We are back doing the Formula One thing, F1 Flaming Tarmac. Remember, this is what defined our channel, the F1 and the keys. So, mute them off. Anyway, look, it's the Brazilian Grand Prix. And it's a special one. It's where the great Ayrton Senna is from. We all know when it comes to Brazil, they always talk about Ayrton Senna, but look, he's the GOAT of Formula One. So obviously they're going to be talking about him all weekend as well. And this is a race, really. I'm going to talk about Lewis more. We know with McLaren's, they're fighting over the championship. Let's just talk about Lewis, though. I think the last race, Mexico, the last couple of races, you can see that the car's a lot better, the Ferrari car. You can see that Lewis Hamilton is getting into form and getting to grips with these cars. And I'm really excited for this weekend. I think this is going to be a really good weekend, especially if it rains, which most likely it will be in Brazil. Most likely it's going to rain. So, what you think it's also for this weekend?
It's going to be interesting. It's a sprint weekend at the end of the day. Teams will have less chance to work out a strategy because of limited practice sessions. So it's just one practice and then it's sprint quali, sprint race.
Weekend, is it? Yeah. I forgot to say that, guys. Sorry.
It's a sprint weekend, so there's going to be more opportunity for points for drivers, especially these will be crucial races for Lando to increase his championship lead. Because these sprint weekend can always spice things up a bit. Spice things up last time. It could also spice things up again. This race, a lot of weather controversy in terms of rain.
Yeah,
anything can happen in this race. It could change things up. It's got hopefully Lando gets through it. Lewis did here good last year. Last year when he was battling with Max Verstappen.
Yeah, 2021.
Yeah.
He ran him off the track.
Last track of time there.
I know time flies, doesn't it?
Yeah. But with Lewis, he's good here. He's really, really good here. He's honoured here by the Brazilian fans. In Brazil as a whole, he's very, very honoured there.
Yeah, he got the keys to the Brazil. So he's like an honourable Brazilian. I don't think Massa really like that. You get me, even though he's still going to court for I don't know why, but we move. So Liverpool. Talk about Liverpool. Actually, he's a Liverpool fan, by the way. Not Lewis, but someone else I was thinking of. But yeah, Lewis Hamilton. I could see Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, definitely getting on the podium this week. Definitely getting on the podium. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. He's good here. Lewis is good here, and of course Ferrari's been improving as a car as well. Ferrari's been improving. Plus the wet weather as well. The wet weather comes into play. You know how good Lewis is in the wet weather. It could very, very spice things up. He's very unpredictable, and the weather is, and that makes it more interesting when it comes to strategy, because teams can't get the right strategy.
Exactly.
Because he's very, very unpredictable in terms of weather. Yeah.
Sometimes when it says it's not, and sometimes when they say it's not, it's going to rain, it does. Anyway, you get me? You can't really predict the rain. The best way to predict the rain, the old school way, that you come out from your paddock, put your hand out like they used to do and check if the rain's coming.
Brown did that, remember?
It's the old school way.
Yeah.
So it says here, look, Formula One free-way title race. Let's get into this now. F1, if you're watching us, please hit the subscribe button. For some reason, the music keeps stopping. That was exactly what it's doing. But we're going to move. So basically, Formula One's free-way title race resumes this weekend in Brazil with a different McLaren driver at the top of the standing for the first time in over 6 months. So Lando Norris at the top of the championship for the first time in 6 months. So The pressure will be on Lando Norris this weekend, being the sprint weekend. We know when it comes to the sprint weekend, there's a lot of points up for grabs. So, could this weekend define Lando Norris's season, or will it define Oscar Piastri's season? Or maybe, which I don't think is going to happen, could it define Max Verstappen's season? Because we know the last sprint race that we had, Max Verstappen took advantage. He won it. He won the sprint race, done the qualifying. He capitalized on all the points that was available for him. So, what's your thoughts on this weekend, Toto? Let's go straight into it.
I think you gotta watch out for Lando Norris and McLaren, because Piastri's been struggling recently in these races. He's very, very struggling.
Yeah.
And Lando's confidence is high, winning 2 races in a row, and he's looking good. He's looking good. Lando is very, very consistent, getting his starts right. Finally, I know it's only been 2 races, but he's getting his starts right. So, of course, Red Bull as well. The resurgence of Red Bull, being a better car, so that could throw things up. It's not a guarantee McLaren get 1-2 now. You got Red Bull, you got Ferrari improving, Mercedes in there kind of as well. But it's usually Ferrari and Red Bull, the most improving cars. Verstappen is 36 points behind, and he's usually good here. Max Verstappen at Brazil.
Yeah, I think this will favour the Red Bull car this weekend. I'm not sure about Qatar. I think Qatar and Abu Dhabi, I think them are going to favour more of the McLaren car, but I think Brazil will definitely be the kind of it'll favour Max Verstappen and his car, the way his car's set up. Definitely totally agree. Look with Red Bulls, as we're talking about Max Verstappen, I have Red Bulls, Max Verstappen still in the hunt against the McLaren duo of Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri as the 2025 season enters in the decisive final 5 weeks. We'll look at some of the latest questions in the championship race. Intention ramps up. So I'm going to ask you a question. Does Lando Norris battle the championship? Straight out, I'm going to ask you straight out. Does Lando Norris battle the championship?
No, I don't think he won't. I don't think he will. I don't think he will. I think Lando coming off high confidence in these last 2 races, winning them as well. I think he's right up there in the mix. Remember, he was the chaser. I don't think 1 point makes a difference, but it always gives more confidence if you're ahead, aren't you? I think with Lando all season, it's his start has been his problem. That he usually loses track position, and then he loses the right strategy. I'm not sure if they're still going to go on with that right strategy thing with Piastri and Lando. I don't really see it, in my opinion. But I think it's all down to McLaren getting the strategy right. McLaren just needs to get the strategy right for Lando and Piastri. I want Lando to win the championship, of course. But he needs to make it count in the sprint race, because 7 points is a lot of points. It's a lot of points at this stage of the weekend. You don't necessarily have to get maximum points, but it always is good if he gets maximum points. Because if he gets maximum points, he will put away his gap. He will gain away a bit, give him some breathing room against Piastri. But I don't think Lando will battle. I think he'll do pretty well.
See, in Brazil, we all know, as F1 fans, in Brazil, there's an extra uncontrollable variable of rain. We talked about this at the beginning of the video. We can't really decide the weather. There's been many a times where they said it wasn't going to rain and it started to rain, and that alone could add a threat to the race. Look, a perfect example between 2004 and 2013, when it was usually hosted the final race. Brazil decided the Drivers' Championship 6 times, including 5 on the trot between 2005 and 2009. But it's the final title deciding Brazil GP that stands out. As of 2025 Mexico City Grand Prix, there have been total of 1,145 Grand Prix, but the 878th of those is not only the greatest title decider of all time, but also the greatest race. So this Brazilian Grand Prix is a special place in my heart and a special place in the F1 calendar. And I know there was rumours going back a few years ago that they was going to change this venue, but I think it's a mistake. They was going to change it to another part of Brazil, Rio de Janeiro. I think it was Rio de Janeiro, one of them. But I think that's a mistake. I think they should stay here. I think this is a legendary track, a classic track, and I think moving it will be a mistake, in my opinion. Toto.
Yeah, it's a historic track, a very historic track. It is a good track as well. I don't see the reason why they'll move it.
Yeah.
You know, everyone loves it here. The drivers love it here. Fans love it. So I don't really get what's the point of changing. You know, it's not broken. It's still loved by the
I
fans.
think they want to do it because I think in Rio it's more of a spot for tourists. It's more of a spot for tourists. You know, they got that famous statue there. People go to Rio in Brazil. That's where that's where our king is at the moment. The king of not the king, the future king of England is there now, doing some stuff with charity and stuff like that. So it is a hot spot for tourism, and that's why maybe Formula One was going to go there because it's more of a
it's historic.
Yeah,
it's historic. At the end of the day, it's like in Monaco. How many people hate Monaco? You know, but people, a Formula One keeps it there.
I mean, that's the reason why
historic track.
But we know that where we are now is a historic track. But the reason why they was thinking about moving it to Rio because it's more of a spot where people can, you know. But I think they should stay where they are, São Paulo. If that's the case, why don't you just make 2 in Brazil? Have 2 Grand Prix in Brazil?
No, that'd be good. Yeah,
do that, but don't move from this track. This track is historic.
But yeah, they got 2 Grand Prix in America. They got Las Vegas and they got Austin, Texas.
Exactly. So,
and they got Miami as well, haven't they? So
yeah, exactly. They got
3.
Got 3 in America, exactly. So yeah. So your thoughts on going into this weekend? What are your thoughts? Who gets? Let's start with the sprint qualifying. Okay, that happens on a Friday. We know we only have 1 practice session during the weekend. Over the sprint weekend, we have the practice session. Then we have sprint qualifying. Then the next day, on the Saturday, we have the sprint race, then qualifying. So there's only 1 practice session. So let's start from the beginning of the weekend. On the Friday, who gets sprint qualifying? Who gets pole in the sprint qualifying?
I think Max will get pole, Lando second, and then third Piastri.
I think in sprint qualifying, I think it's going to be Lando first, second Lewis, third Max. Who's going to win the sprint race?
I think Lando will win the sprint race.
Yeah.
Max second, Lewis third.
Fair enough. Who gets pole?
In the qualifying?
Nah, normal pole, normal qualifying. Yeah, normal qualifying.
Lando pole, Max second, and Piastri third.
Fair enough. Who wins the race?
I've got to go Lando.
So Lando win the race. Who's second?
I'll say Piastri, then Max.
You know, the qualifying, I think Figgy's going to get pole. I think Lando's going to get pole. Second's going to be Max. Third's going to be Lewis. In the actual race, I think Lewis is going to come first. Lando's going to come second. And third is going to be Max. That's what I think. Nah, you know what? Piastri third, Max fourth. I just got this little feeling that Lewis is going to win the race.
Yeah,
if everything goes all right, and everything falls into place, and his strategy don't mess it up, or the delay his rear tire when he comes in for pit, the delay his tire by himself. You know how to do that, and mess something up, or to mess up the strategy, or to try and edge towards Charles. You get me? Edge towards Charles. I think Lewis will probably win this race. I just got a feeling. He's really good here. You get me? He's really, really good here, and I think the car is now coming into form, and I think Lewis is getting the hang of this car finally at the end of the season. I wish he would have done it at the beginning of the season, but I think Lewis is going to win the race. Toto, who do you think is going to win the race? Quick again.
Lando.
Okay, fair enough. So that's it, man. That's the end of the F1 Flaming Tarmac, Toto. This is also streaming. Are you alright, Toto?
Yeah.
This is streaming on your channel as well, you know.
Yeah.
I tagged up and also it's streaming on your racing channel because all the Formula One stuff I put on your channel as well because you got the racing channel and that's it. So, Toto, anything you want to say before we go? Anything good?
I was going to say it's going to be an interesting weekend. It's going to be a very, very interesting weekend. It's going to be fun to watch. But that's it for me anyway. Yeah,
man. Big up to everyone. Big up to the man and big up to the woman them. And this is F1 Flaming Tarmac episode. I keep forgetting the episode. 84. Yes, 84 Brazil. So see you later, guys. Tomorrow it all starts. or the Grand Prix. We're going to be doing the watch-alongs or audio only. So if you want to talk in the chat room. We're going to streaming through TikTok. We're going to be streaming through everywhere. So guys, remember, come over to the channel, show yourself support. And also we've got the race days. We've got the football stuff for the weekend. So it's going to be a busy weekend this weekend. And it's going to be cool, man. It's going to be very good. So see you later, guys. F1. Can't wait for Brazil. I love this track, man. It's going to be cold. Yeah. And hopefully it does rain as well. I want it to rain. It's going to be good. Rain is pouring. That's the way it goes. See you later, guys. Big up. See you later, Toto. Bye, Toto.